Welcome to another tale of the rupture. I am your host, Jason. Join me today as we step into a world 300 years into the future. 300 years after two separate catastrophes occurred during a time of great conflict across the world. The first was a strange event that started in Eastern Europe. An event that shattered continents, boiled oceans, broke open the sky. An event that resulted in the spread of thousands of distortional anomaly fields across Eastern Europe. An event known as the Rupture. In their fear, the world leaders who believed they were witnessing the deployment of a new weapon of mass destruction unleashed their nuclear arsenal against each other, blaming one another for the impossible. What the rupture did not corrupt, the nuclear storms destroyed. 300 years later, and the rupture's influence remains. Those that survived did so by being spared the rupture, by being just outside of its area of influence, like the city of Krakow, Poland. The others survived by hiding in underground caves, bunkers, and vaults across the world. With the discovery of the distortional anomaly fields coming from the center of the rupture, came the discovery of powerful objects known as artifacts. Strange objects that could either be trinkets or have the power to bend time and space itself, even defy death. With the discovery of artifacts came the rise of the Coalition of Free Traders, a major faction that has risen to power in what was once Poland, with their headquarters in the city of Krakow. To the west is the remains of the Catholic Church that has warped into a theocracy that is ruled by with an iron fist by the Archbishop Ferdinand de Morosini. We continue our story here. Question we have to ask is, what will we do to survive in this brutal, unforgiving, yet strange and wondrous world? Let us find out as we tell another tale of the rupture. Before we continue with our story, I want to take this opportunity to remind our viewers to please donate to us if you like what we are doing. Remember to vote on your favorite characters. Those that get the most votes before we post our next channel will receive a point of cosmic intervention, which is one free reroll of a 1d20 dice, which could save their lives. So let us know what you like about what we are doing, and please support us in any way you can. And without further ado, let us continue with our latest tale of the rupture. Last that we left off, what happened with their latest conflict with the Pilgrims? They retreated back to their forward operating base in central Poland. Vigo, Clem, Nikolaus, and Valcav. Meanwhile, Willow, Sin, the Warlock, Zivatakor, and Tharion also tried to stop the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims used two civilians as bait to lure out more heretics. Tharion, taking the bait, was immediately shot down and suffered a serious injury. The civilians died, and the Pilgrims were eventually pushed back. Most of the party left to go back to Svatokor's hideout to lick their wounds and to plan for their next move. Migo had discovered the existence of a saint, or so he believes. Well, Willow is now left with the awful choice of whether or not she should hide what she really is, or play the narrative that she truly is a saint that Migo believes. After, it is important for the viewers to note that the Vatican views anyone that utilizes the powers of the rupture as heretics to be purged. Meanwhile, Clem, the warlock, Nikolaus, and Valcav decided to scout out the pilgrims to follow the trail that the last group left, and they followed them to their forward operating base, where they discovered there are about 250 of them. They have crudely erected trenches, a few crudely erected towers, 2 light machine gun posts, and they also have mortars set up. Who are these men that claim to be among the faithful in a faction that strictly outlaws the use of pre-war tech? We will find out today. We now pick up where we left off. About 5 miles further to the southwest of Svatokor's gas station, we go to the forward base of the Pilgrims as Clem is attempting to scout out their positions. He turns and sees the flash of a bayonet in front of his face. There are 6 other Pilgrims that level their rifles directly at you, Clem. One of them speaks with a deep voice. The Pilgrims, as you see them up close, you see men without any shirts, any tunics, bare-chested with strange metallic crosses that are grafted into their sternums. All of them are wearing menacingly looking iron caparoots with just enough room under their mouths so that they can feed themselves, that leer down at you. When you see these caparoots, they make you think, instead of looking at us, look to God. One of them speaks with a very deep and menacing voice. Heretic, you are to come with us into camp. Your penance awaits. They motion for you to move with their gun.
He's just gonna stick his hands up. I don't know what you mean by heretic. I am a God-fearing man.
That is soon to be determined. Now, we will bring you into questioning by our Sergius. They lead you into the camp, and you begin to see it bustling with activity. These men, the Pilgrims, they don't sleep much. They are at work digging trenches, setting up shoring inside of the trench. Some of them are unraveling spools of barbed wire. They're everywhere here. There is even a section of a large tent that they use to serve as their mess hall, where they serve what paltry portions of food that they eat, which isn't much, as these men still consider themselves among the faithful of the Vatican and follow the tenets that they should not eat luxuriantly or in large quantities. They escort you into their main tent, which is a large pre-war drash tent that can hold their large equipment and all of their other secret equipment that they don't want seen open in the field. You go
Can I
inside.
add something?
Go ahead.
I just want to say that every 5, 6 yards of this, what surely feels like the longest walk of his life into this tent, he is going to occasionally shout, "I sure wish I had some friends."
You are you some friends right now. Yes. Now, they escort you into the main drash tent, and they pull up a crudely erected chair and motion for you to sit down with their bayonet rifles. You comply?
Clem sits down and he's just looking around. He's got kind of this wide-eyed expression on his face, and he goes, I'm sorry, I don't remember having plans for dinner."
Sustenance shall be provided based on your cooperation with our Sergius.
"Oh, okay, but I was really hoping that we could wait for my wife." And his hands are shaking a little bit.
You will answer
He's
the
trying to make
question.
himself appear. He's trying to make himself appear like just a frail old man.
It is on the record and is noted. They keep watch on you, about 6 of them, and you're sitting inside of this command tent for about 5 minutes until you see another figure. This one is different than the other pilgrims inside. He is wearing a large flowing cloak with a golden cross in crimson background across the back, and he has these scrap metal pauldrons on his shoulder that indicate he is somebody of station among these men. His caparot also has various other emblems and etched onto the side of it. This is very clear that he is the one who is in charge. He stands above you as he ensures that you remain sitting. He looks down, and you can barely make out his eyes from under his ornate caparot. He speaks with a similar deep and menacing voice to you. I am Sergius Phoenix, leader of a forward expedition and prophet of God's word. You are encroaching on God, the land of God's people.
I
But
wasn't
this
poaching nothing. Where's my wife? I need my wife.
silence. You will answer the questions as we ask. What are you doing here?
I was out with my wife, and we take walks every night. Every night we take walks. You see my
You-
wife?
The Sergius looks up at his men, and each of them just shake their heads. We found you. We found you alone. There was no one else with you.
Oh,
You do understand that lying to me and my men is punishable by the initiation of the 12 penances.
so you guys didn't find my wife? She's in charge. She knows how to answer questions. Oh,
Sergius Phoenix looks to the men. Do another comb around the perimeter. There may be others. As you command, Sergius.
I
If
think
your
I
wife,
saw her by the water.
if she is here, we will find her, and we will bring her here. What was you and your wife doing here? Do you live in this region? And furthermore, what were you?
Do I live here? and he's gonna start feeling along his coat with these trembling, very, very, very shaky old man hands. Like he's looking for something in his pockets. But none of the pockets are like deep enough to like house a gun, so don't panic, Jason. I usually have a note, and the note shows you where my wife is. I need my wife. Where's my note? Is it dinner time?
The Sergius motions for one of his men to frisk you. They will frisk you. Is there actually a note, or what is Clem carrying on his persons other than his rifle and his basic field equipment?
He's got his bag full of stuff. He's got his 2 weapons. I'm trying to decide if this is a situation he would come across often and therefore already have a fake note.
You could always,
You want me to roll that?
sure, why not? Roll me whatever you think, and let's call it a 1d20 with a difficulty of 10.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, they have a good note.
What is
It's
the
an
note?
old note that he purposely made by his own self when he realized he was getting old.
What does the note say?
Um, your name is Clemmens. Your wife's name is Marie. We live just outside of Krakow. We have a dog named Hunter. You have 2 children. It's basically a note that a family member would write and leave for like their dementia ridden parent, just to like remind them during like the sundowning time.
As he's reading the note, you hear another one of the pilgrims enter the tent. Sergius, speak. We just received port from the survivors of the second wave and the forward scouts. Bring them in. You see the men that tried to ambush your party coming in.
Excuse me.
Report.
Yep.
Sergius, our scouting operation had failed. The first team has been eliminated by heretics, but there was something strange. Niko the Tower was among them. There is a awkward pause amongst the men as they look among themselves, and you even hear hushed whispers among the pilgrims.
Clems is going to fully commit to this crazy old man thing, and during that pause, he's just going to be like, since when can towers walk? I didn't know buildings had feet. Stop looking. Thing.
Sergius Phoenix finally perks up. Niko the Tower. Interesting. You were dismissed. Did you, before you go, however, do you recognize this man? And I am going to make a roll, but I will make this a very high difficulty because Clem did not get close to them.
No, you have to beat a 47. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah, no, afraid not. I'm afraid I'm going to make that call. Thank you very much, though, for the hustle. I do recognize this one. He was with the Niko the Tower himself. Really? Lying to this body of God is strictly forbidden and shall be punished by initiation of the 12 penances. Now, I will ask again.
I was walking with a large man who was helping me find my wife. I have a note.
Why was Niko the Tower with you?
I honestly, I don't know. I just remember walking down the path. and then I couldn't find my wife, and then he's gonna kind of just rub his hands together and look really ashamed of himself. And I'm afraid I got scared, and I don't remember why I was scared. I just remember sitting down on a big old rock and crying like a boy who skinned his knee. And then this big, mighty big fella came out of nowhere. And I showed him my letter, and he said he was going to take me home.
The Sergius looks at his men, and he says to him, "This could be of advantage to us. The great Migo the Tower, renowned amongst the faithful, fighting other members of the faithful. Sure, the Archbishop shall publicly deny us, but with enough words in the right people's ears, we could convince them that Migo the Tower is not to be trusted, that instead of protecting the faithful, he is defending heretics. Old man, you coming here was of great fortune to our operations. We shall send word to Ostrava that Migo the Tower is no hero to the faithful, but a heretic."
I'm a God-fearing man. What do you mean? He's doing the Lord's work.
Our mission is to rid the heretics from this region, so that we may march upon the Serpent's Gate, shut it, and save humanity. We cannot.
I have never, young man, and he's actually gonna stand up, and he's gonna point a really shaky finger in this dude's face. Just full on angry, elderly old fella. Young man, I have never been so offended. I am a child of God. My children were named in the light of our Lord. And then a nice young, admittedly quite large man found me in my time of need to help me. And you label him heretic?
Roll me a 1d20 and I will give you a +4, because I like the argument that you were making. If you roll high enough, something good, even better, will happen. Base
Oh,
difficulty of
dice
12.
gods. 15?
You hear hushed whispers amongst the pilgrims. "Very well," the Sergius says. "We will take into account, and if you are indeed among the faithful, then it will show in your actions. We have a mission for you. We want you to be our spy in Krakow. Help us to gain intelligence on Father Cornelius."
Who?
Father
Have you
Cornelius.
seen my wife?
Sergius, I'm not sure that we can rely on this man.
I have a lip.
Nevertheless, Sergius, this man does not have all of his facilities. We cannot trust him on such an important mission. We cannot get inside of the city, but he can. He can give us intelligence so that we can strike at Father Cornelius. If Father Cornelius dies, the Holy See will have no choice but to denounce the non-aggression pact with the coalition and attack Krakow. And we shall succeed in our mission by weakening their grip on the city. Now then, we will leave you here under restraint until you decide to be our agent. You will be fed, but but you will be kept here. Take him away.
I need my letter and I need my bag. My wife gets very upset if I lose my thing.
Silence. You
Oh,
will you will be under restraint until we determine your utility to our cause. Take him away. They take you away. Do you try to resist?
um, yes, but I want to phrase it carefully. He's not actively throwing punches. He's not trying to grab anybody's weapon and shank them with it. His resistance is the confused, wavering resistance of a scared older dementia patient. Like he's fully locked in. He's behaving like he doesn't know what's going on, and that he just suddenly found himself with mean people, and he needs his wife and he needs his things. So he's not swinging, not throwing punches, but he is like grabbing at shirts and holding himself stiff and grabbing at arms. Where's my wife? Where's my things? Where are we going? It's dinner time. Just like it when we're late for dinner time. Where's my wife?
I assume that you're being very loud vocal about this as well.
Yes, and occasionally he will scream, "Oh, I wish I had some friends."
The you're not you've made a note that you're not going to aggressively try to escape or resist. So, and there are six of the pilgrims that are there that are dragging you away into the far northern corner of the camp. The area that they drag you to is a dugout section of the northern trench, which has a series of posts that they tie people to. There are currently five. Four of them are empty, but the one thing that you do notice, there is a lot of blood that has been spilt here. In fact, there is even one very fresh puddle of blood next to the post that they tie you up to.
I was supposed to meet my wife for dinner. I'm trying to make it so he doesn't get tied up. That they're just like, okay, he's crazy. Let's just put him in a corner.
Sorry, but that's not going to happen. They will tie you to one of these posts. But
This hurts my joints. Jeez, please. Where's my wife?
pain, sir, is to be celebrated, for it is we are called upon this earth to suffer as our Lord and Savior has suffered. But fear not, for you will in time go to God if you are truly among the faithful. And they leave you alone, tied up on this post. You do not see or hear any pilgrims around this area yet. You hear their footsteps outside of the trench, but it is now currently dark.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions.
Lay them on me.
So, in the midst of his old man struggling, did any of them make sure he was tied down as tight as humanly possible? Or were they struck with the discomfort that comes with dealing with a senile person and they're just like, he's weak and frail anyway, let's just tie him down but not cramp him in?
That is an absolutely outstanding question, and I am super glad you asked. I am going to leave this up to chance.
They tied him up like loose, like it's like a sloppy kid tying their shoelace for the first time. Not.
As your ranting and raving goes on, men do genuinely feel bad. You will come to realize that the one pilgrim that ties you up is only the one. You will hear him notice that his hands are trembling as he is doing this. And it becomes very clear to you that the one that is tying you up is conflicted about all of this. In
So would
fact,
you say he's being gentle?
yes. He is
Like
not
out of all the people that handled Clems, he's being actually gentle.
exactly. He will even go as far after he finishes tying you up. He stands in front of you, and it's dark, but you still can tell he's shorter than the others, and his the complexion on his skin indicates that he is young, maybe 17, 16, or
Oh, you're
no
that
more
young.
20.
Young
So
man, are you a man of God? Are you a good man?
I am among the faithful. But
Oh,
look,
that's now. You know, my wife and I, we have a daughter who's about your age. Such a
that's so.
nice young man. Would you maybe like to have dinner and meet her?
I I don't know. I should get back to my post, but look, I'm only following orders.
I'll have my wife set us up some dinner, okay? Hey, do you think maybe I could have a blanket? I am awfully chilly. I don't know what this voice is. Guys, I'm sorry.
Because I rolled so low on this, and because he is young and naive, sure, sir, sure. I know I shouldn't do this, but if you would look, if you would be willing to cooperate with the mission, we won't have to do this any longer. I must do this. I have no recourse. I watched my family starve while the people in Krakow stuffed their faces. But I didn't know that it would be like this. Here, I will be back with a blanket. He
Oh,
leaves.
son, if your family's hungry, I got some extra bread in my bag. I'm not supposed to lose my bag. I'll
My,
stay on the mission. The mission is to stay at this post.
my sister is dead. I watched as she starved to death, and my mother is sick. My father died of disease. This is why I serve the Pilgrims, because we are in a very bad situation. Not that I am unwilling to embrace the suffering that we are called to by God, but it just doesn't seem right. Father Cornelius and his family are prospering from this deal with the coalition while we starve. I joined the Pilgrims because I thought that I could make things right, that maybe the war prophets have a point, that we can rid the heretics this place, and we can do what we are called to do, and that is close the serpent's gate. But I didn't think that it would be like this.
Son, I know you had a hard life, and I don't got enough food to feed everybody. But if you would be so kind as to bring me my bag when you bring me that blanket, I can give you some bread. Because suffering is the duty of those who serve the Lord. But an ease of some of that suffering's not a sin. Especially if it comes from a good place. Let me be a good, God fearing man and put some food in your belly.
I will get you your bag, sir. He goes back, and his back is turned. You
I'm
are
going to wait
okay.
because he's coming back.
The moment that he comes back, he brings all of your belongings, even your weapons, and he sets them just outside of,
Like
away
foot
from arm's
reach of the
reach.
post.
Not foot reach, but you could see them. He's not that naive that he's going to leave your weapons close for you to grab. But he will reach into your bag and pull out your provisions.
You can go ahead and just take a whole day's ration. You know, you're a growing young man. Take 2 days.
Well, I am pretty hungry. He will take,
And I thank you for your kindness. I thank you for your kindness. I just need my wife. Oh my gosh. And he's gonna kind of just like slump forwards with his head down, going into like full withdrawn crazy old man mode, and just mumble and unintelligibly to himself.
Deduce 1 day's rations from your equipment, and the young man will eventually say, I will be back later, but please remain here. I will see if I could speak to the Sergius on your behalf. Just please play along and help us with our mission. Father Cornelius is a wicked man, and he must pay for his treachery. I shall return. You are now left alone. What do you do?
Just, I'm gonna just glance around. I want to see if I can see even the dim shadows of people walking near me.
I'm going to make a roll for that. About 5 pilgrims. You can hear their footsteps in the distance, but you don't see them. Not in the same dugout trench that you were in.
Gotcha. So what I want to do is I want to get out of the loose ropes. And once I'm out of the loose ropes, I want to get into my bag, but I do not want to run. I want
Okay.
I want my big game gun. So do you want me to fully describe what I want to do before I roll?
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna wiggle out of the ropes as quietly as possible. All of the shaking is gone. He's gonna get to his bag. He's gonna grab his Holland and Holland, and then he's going to This is gonna sound so weird. He's gonna slide it halfway down his pants leg on one side, with the other half of the gun sticking up his flank that he pulls his shirt and jacket down over. And then he's going to wiggle back into the loosened ropes and resume that slouched, huddled up old man position with the blanket around him, looking just like a hobo on the street that has finally checked out of reality. I'm not going to try to creep out of this fucking camp.
Okay. With that, I will call this a 1d20 plus 4, or with a difficulty of 8. You literally have to roll a 5 and higher.
1 plus 4, 8. Just barely, just barely.
As you, the ropes, I rolled low on the rope check to see how tight the ropes are. So wiggling your way out of the ropes is not hard. And you did I rolled low on the guard that was protecting you. So he was naive enough to actually leave your equipment close. You were lucky, very lucky. As you leave, you notice something very strange. None of the pilgrims try to follow you. You don't know if you're being observed, but it seems too easy, too simple.
I told you I wasn't trying to leave.
You're trying to wander around and pretend like you're a hobo, correct?
No, I wanted to get my weapon, my good weapon, get back into the ropes and resume my crazy old man slouch. Because there's no way in hell that I'm going to try to get out of this camp unless there's a fucking distraction.
Okay.
Clems is an old man with bad knees. He is not fast.
Duly noted. I'm going to make another roll. As you are going around the camp, you still are not engaged. None of the pilgrims even try to stop you or to speak with you. You will, however, feel something tap along your back.
Marie?
You turn around. Do you turn around?
Yeah.
You see a crouched figure with a hood pulled over his head. He's like, "It's me! It is Valcav."
What the fuck took you so fucking long, boy?
Shh, quiet.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He grabs you and pulls you into a nearby bush. It was not easy. These guys are everywhere. Listen, we get out of here. We're going to have to move fast. It's still nighttime, and they haven't spotted me yet. I don't know what happened to the blue-eyed man and Nikolaus just outside the camp with our handcart. He's going, once I give the signal, he's going to fire a few of those rifles that we stole from those pilgrims and cause a distraction. When that happens...
Well, thank God, because I was gonna look like I was crazy until somebody showed up and then bust out my restraints.
Well,
Now I don't have to wait on the fucking cold, bloody ground all night. Let's go.
yes, alright. You are led off into another bush to the northern edge of the camp. I'm going to need you, Clem, to roll me a 1d20 plus 2. I am going to make another roll for Valcav, and I am going to make this one a little difficult because I rolled low on another roll he made.
Gotcha. As we're scrambling through the bush, though, at some point, I do want to grab his arm.
Sure.
Just be like, look, kid, I'm fucking crazy, okay? If it pops up, I got the dementia.
Oh, don't worry about that. I already thought you were crazy from the moment I first met you, so I just have to act natural, yes?
You gotta follow along. What was my modifier, Jason? I'm sorry, 2?
Yes.
16.
You crouch down, and Valcav pulls out a reed, and he folds it up really fine and makes a sound into the distance. Immediately after he makes that sound, you hear the sounds of 308 rifles being fired into the air in the distance. The camp is immediately alerted, and they start to go into general quarters mode, where they are manning their stations and falling into their trench. There's even a group of the pilgrims that are forming a firing column to the east of the camp. It is now or never. I'm going to roll for Valcav to see if he manages to escape, and I'm going to call this a difficulty of 15. He will get a +2 because the distraction is working. I will also give you a +2.
Oh, Emo's dice gods, don't fail me now. Emo, you son of a bitch.
Devil's bargain. Devil's bargain.
Oh, I thought time isn't on your side.
First option. You manage to get away, but you and Valcav will get shot at. I will roll at the difficulty to hit you. We'll have to match a contested roll with you, but they will get a modifier to shooting at you. Option 2. You manage to escape, but Valcav gets seriously injured. Choose to fail, you do not escape, and you will get recaptured again, and Valcav will get recaptured with you as well. Make your choice.
That first option, that's I get injured, right?
First option is you take your chance and see if you get hit, both you and Valcav. And
Oh, so the first option is risk of 2 injuries. Second option is guaranteed serious injury to Val. Third
yes,
option is failure and recapture, which I'm
yes.
considering because that one guard was really nice. I'm gonna go with the first option.
Contract is sealed. The devil's bargain has been negotiated. Roll me 1d20. I will roll 1d20 for Val.
12.
Now, I will roll for the Pilgrims. They will get a +6 to this because they are forming a firing column.
Fuck you, Pilgrims.
You are running as fast as you can, even with the bad knee, and adrenaline is starting to get to you. However, bullets are flying everywhere. Both you and Val will feel a burning sensation. You, Clem, on your torso, as a bullet literally flies just less than an inch away from you, and the percussionary hit, blast from the bullet grazing you is enough to cause bruising. You've sustained a minor injury.
Ah, fuck me. Damn it. Fucking
Val,
assholes in the helmets can't fire with a gun. You could have killed me. Keep running.
Val will get grazed in the arm, the left arm. It's not, doesn't pinch the bone, but he suffers a minor injury.
Keep running. They need to shoot you in the leg. Keep running.
Bullets are continuing to fire in the distance, but you manage to get away. You run until eventually you see Nikolaus with the handcart and the warlock. The warlock walks up to each of you. Should probably be more careful next time you try to sneak into a camp of armed zealots with guns.
Clem is just gonna lean over and put his hands on his knees, just breathing really hard. He's gonna hold up a finger. And next time I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking dick.
We now cut over to Migo, Willow, Svatikor, Sin, and Tharion. What are you guys doing at the gas station tonight before turning in for the evening?
I guess it's been a day, right?
It is still evening. You are undergoing the ritual to heal yourself from the injury that you suffered. But it is still nighttime before we move to the next day.
Okay. I guess I'm just in the middle of that then.
Stratagor is probably entertaining Willow's questions today.
And what would those questions be, Willow?
I am pointing at every single mushroom that I can physically find and asking what each and every single property it does and if it has any form of a healing or something to get more knowledge about mushrooms.
Do you entertain her questions about it?
No, I will answer if I know.
Let's do this then. Savatikor, roll me a 1d20, and because you're a mycologist and you're an expert in mushrooms, I'll give you a modifier of a +4 to this one. Willow, roll me a 1d20 +2, and I will take the average of what the both of you roll, and if the average is over a certain threshold, you will be rewarded. Roll those bones, please.
Yeah, 13. You did say +4, right?
+4, correct.
And myself is a +2.
Correct.
15.
Interesting. It's Savadicor talks a little over your head as he goes into a lot more detail than you expect, more than you learned under your tutelage of the collar. As Savadicor knows much more about mycology than you do, even from the scientific perspectives. For instance, you know how to recognize certain herbs based off personal experience, whereas Savadicor has book knowledge that only someone who had been with the scientific authority would know. And you catch on to that. Ego, what are you doing here?
Migo is staying out of the way of all this sciencey mushroom nonsense, but he's keeping Willow within eyesight.
Very good. Sin, what are you doing tonight?
She is currently making dinner for everyone, and she's gonna yell out, "Hey Willow, should I make my special stew?"
Willow, in the middle of asking a question, just looks over to Sin. Ah! And then the thought process that Migo is still here. I would make it special for everyone.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
All right. And she's going to make a what's the word? Venison herb stew, and she's going to quietly dice up one of the human hearts she got from the last episode and throw it into the stew.
Oh shit.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. You are about to engage in minor cannibalism.
Minor cannibalism?
Minor cannibalism.
What would be extreme cannibalism?
Yeah, try and find out. Ask Sin, seems to know. Anyway, go ahead, Sin, and roll me a 1d20, and I will call this a +4.
17.
The stew that she makes is absolutely delicious. In fact, it almost tastes as good as the mushroom stew that Willow made earlier this morning.
This stew has lots of umami flavor.
Well, like they say, cooking comes from the heart.
You have done a very good job. This is very tasty.
Mid spoonful into Willow's mouth, and the moment you say heart, she's going to unclench and put the food back into the bowl. I'm full. Does anyone want my portion?
Aw, you're not gonna eat any?
She's just gonna like look at you and squint. She's like, this is not what I meant.
And you're gonna see like a quiet smile on her face.
Ego, do you eat?
No. If the saint's not eating, I'm not eating. Thank you for that out.
So, as you're having this conversation and totally not engaging in minor cannibalism, you hear a sound outside of a dog barking. What do you do?
Ooh, dinner.
Wait, didn't that old man have a dog?
Yes.
What old man?
That is my guide's canine companion, Dog, I believe. I'm going to go outside and greet Dog.
Dog is indeed there, and he looks up to you, and he seems anxious as he moves around like a dog does when it's anxious. What do you do?
And he's in the well.
Well, I don't speak canine. And I'm going to assume it's not that you need to use the bathroom because, well, we're already outside. So go on then.
It rushes off as soon as you approach it, and then it turns around and looks back at you.
Dog wants us to follow. I'm going to holler back towards the inside.
What do you guys do?
Are you sure it's not just hungry? Try and
Just got
feed
done
it some
cooking dinner.
stew.
What the hell? Fine, we're eating while
Willow's
we're going
gonna
then.
Willow's gonna start packing up all of her stuff. Well, I do know that the dog had an old man. I am assuming the old man is in trouble if the dog is by himself.
It is dark outside. It is very dark outside.
It's okay, I'm always accompanied by a torch.
That is true. Who stays and who goes? I know Migo, Willow are going. What about Svadikor?
Don't know if I want to leave some quote-unquote strangers alone at my gas station. Who all staying?
Well,
Oh,
Tharion is
so-
obviously staying because he's in the middle of something important.
Tyrion is okay. Svadikor knows him. Sin, are you going? Sin,
Willow.
are you going?
No. Might as well follow Willow. She knows what she's doing sometimes.
Okay, so that makes Migo, that makes Vilo, that makes Sin. Tharion, he's completely out of commission, and who else?
What do you mean, who else? You're the last one.
Okay, I guess we're going on a field trip.
The field trip we go in the middle of the night out in the wastelands with a
With the
hostile.
Pilgrims.
What could go wrong?
They have their faithful dog companion. Nothing can go wrong.
We go back now to Clem, the warlock, Nikolaus, and Valcav. The warlock will motion for Nikolaus. Should probably take the cart in the opposite direction of where we're going. You can't hide the trail of a cart. If they'll be able to spot it and they'll follow us back when they pick up our trail, and it'll lead us directly to where the others are.
Carts can be replaced. I start packing that shit on your backs.
Nikolaus will perk up. This cart is our livelihood. We use it in case we have to scavenge. We're not leaving this thing behind.
It's a cart. You can get another. I'll buy you a fucking cart.
Al perks up. He's right. We leave the cart here. What about the guns that we can get the guns back later. Val will
You're
meet.
strong young men. You can carry some guns.
Nikolaus kind of looks over to Val and rolls his eyes, realizing the look that Val is giving him, and he's just like, I should have known this was where this was going. And Nikolaus immediately begins grabbing all of the guns that they pilfered off of the bodies of the dead pilgrims and the rest of their provisions, while Val doesn't carry as much because he's skinnier and much scrawnier than the others. Now then, Val will take an effort to hide the cart into the bushes and try to cover it up with as much vegetation as they can. I'll make a roll to see how well they do that. Okay. Now then, they've abandoned the cart. Is there anything, Clem, that you do while you make your exodus away from Pilgrims. Do you try to do anything?
No, not really. I'm gonna actually, yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break some leafy branches and secure them with a little bit of a rope. And then these leafy branches I'm going to tie around the waists of all of us so that the branches trail behind. The idea being that as we're walking, the branches are erasing the footprints, making them look way, way, way older, but not so deeply scratching that it's its own trail. Does that make sense?
It does. Does make sense, and I like
Kids
the
these
idea.
days gotta learn how to stay alive. You want to hide your footprints, you put a leafy branch on your ass.
Well, I can't say that we've are used to running away from men with guns, this many guns at least, but there's an opportunity to learn from everything. Just shut up and get the guns. Help me
Is
carry
Val
some
still
stuff.
bleeding from his gunshot wound?
He is.
Let me see your arm, boy.
Oh, yes. I didn't even realize I got shot. I was
Over
running
here by
somewhere.
the cart. I gotta lean on something. I'm old.
Yeah, sure. We don't have time for this. We need to hurry up. What do you do?
He's actually going to grab him on the arm and then shove his thumb into the gunshot wound to get out blood that he is then going to spread as a handprint on the side of the cart. So it looks like a bloody hand got slapped against the cart and then dragged away, like somebody was dragging somebody hurt away.
I like that idea a lot. And it is also a very good thing that bloodborne pathogens is the least of your worries. Now, you set up the ruse with the cart. You guys are running. Nikolaus is carrying all of their stuff out of the cart like a pack mule. You make your exodus. Do you try to reunite with the others, or do you try to go back to your hideout? What do you do?
Do we even know that the gas station is a thing?
Clem doesn't. The warlock does.
Where are we going, young man?
To the
I got some
others.
foxholes around here. It's gonna be a tight fit. And we're gonna be spooning all night long. Because it's just
Go.
built for me and dog.
We're going back to the others. There's strength in numbers. If the pilgrims catch up on our trail, at least the others should be able to help us. And that big guy from the Vatican seems like he can hold his own. Otherwise, if we try to make it on our own, pilgrims will follow us and less likely to survive. You guys are making your way back towards the gas station. Migo, you are leading the others with your incense maul lit, I assume.
Yep, the incense and mortis, yes.
Roll me a perception with your agreed upon perception modifiers. If there are none, just roll a straight 1d20. I'm going to make this difficulty of 15 because it is very, very dark.
8.
You do not see anything. What about the others? Or what are you guys doing to try to find Clem? Or are you just going to follow Dog to the trail that he's leading you guys to?
Yeah, that's currently who, like, that's what Migo is focused on, is just keeping track of Dog to lead us to whatever problem there is.
Okay. Willow, roll me a perception check with any agreed upon perception mods.
Okie dokie.
Sin, you can do so as well too, because you're going with them, and Savaticore too.
All right.
10.
3.
Try again, Mo.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
That's suspicious.
Anyway.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Anyway, Savaticore, you know this area very well, and you're beginning to remember that there's a very specific reason why people do not go wandering out in the wastelands at night in this region. Not only do you see in the distance, despite the darkness, Clem, the warlock, Valcav, and Nikolaus, you also hear a very ominous sound in the tree lines closing in behind you. Sounds of skittering.
Oh, I do not like that sound.
Willow's gonna look towards Dog and see what Dog's doing.
Dog is continuing to lead you on the trail, but abruptly stops.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Svatagor kind of slows down and takes a closer look around.
The dog starts barking ferociously.
Which direction is he barking in?
Behind you. The direction to the east.
So does Svatagor know or have an inkling of what the skittering, clattering can be?
Roll me a 1d20. I'll give you a modifier because you rolled a critical on that one. I'll call it a +6.
That's an 8.
Large spiders. And that's all you get.
I should
course
have
it was
opened this before
spiders.
we left, but there was just so much excitement. And I feel like, does anybody hear that clattering sound? The skittering? Yes, I think those are spiders.
Alright. One thing you notice about Dog is that he starts circling around behind you as he is attempting to draw. He senses the danger and attempts to try to draw them away from your group. But it's not long before you start hearing skittering yourselves. And not only. But
Look, I was just gonna say, all right, everybody gather tight, facing outwards. We will all benefit from the light.
Kill circle.
do you all comply?
Mm-hmm.
Willow's gonna be in the middle. If I can.
It's not long before the skittering starts to get louder until it becomes clear you start to see movement in the tall grass beneath you. There's even some of you that could see something large and dark that's moving under the tall grass. But it does not approach the light of your incense, the ball.
Yeah, I don't think I need to say that Svatagor pulls out his swords.
Now, what do you guys do?
Upon seeing these giant spiders come out of the tree line, she's going to draw her sword.
Noted.
And she's going to get into a defensive stance to counterattack if anything's tried to attack her.
Svatagor's gonna try and take swipes at the moving grass.
All right.
Daddy, I have a question.
Yes.
So you said that they could see us in the darkness. Does that mean that we can see them and the spiders?
That is a great question. And
Well, I mean, I guess you guys are carrying lights, right? So you can see. And Migo was carrying a light.
is Clem have a light source on?
He always has a light source. I will say that for the majority of their escape, he didn't have it on. But I imagine the second he heard Dog's big, loud barking, he would have popped out his lantern, struck his flint, and lit it.
Go ahead and roll me a 1d20. with any agreed upon perception modifiers for Clem. And I will go ahead
She
and
gets 2?
yes.
Gets 2. I didn't really know this about my own character. 9.
No. The spiders you don't see, but you do see the light from the group in the distance. As it seems that you hear dog is with them, but you do notice their behavior. They're forming a circle around themselves. It's clear that they sense there's some kind of a danger here.
Get
Of
ready for
course
a
I-
fight, boys.
Of course it had to be spiders. The one thing that Willow absolutely bloody fucking hates. Willow has, I'm assuming, seen the damn spiders.
It's very apparent that they're here, but it's hard to make them out. Eventually, the warlock will motion for everyone to gather around Clem and the lights and his light source. Nikolaus nods as he notices too. You see him too, don't you? Yeah, spiders. Mutant
Stop passing
spiders.
out those bayonets.
Good idea.
Now
Former
it's not
servant.
time to be hoarding weaponry.
Here. He tosses one to Val. You know I don't know how to use these. You don't have to shoot. Just use the needle, the sharp thing at the end. Oh, the bayonets.
Just
Yeah.
stab them.
Okay. Sure. All
And
right.
it would help if, while that knife on the end of that boomstick is inside of them, if you would also pull the trigger. That way you know you're not gonna miss.
Oh,
If it's not us, stab them.
Ego.
Migo is going to kind of turn his head towards Willow in the circle without, like, just kind of back checking. My saint, from what I can gather, you're pretty well versed in herbs and plant life, yes?
She's trying really hard to keep her shit together. Yes?
You got anything in there that burns really bright?
Yeah, I probably do. And then she's just gonna, like, go into her pouch and just, like, start going through a few things. And every once in a while, like, someone sees, like, something come out of her pouch onto the ground. It looks like a dried leaf of some degree. And eventually she gets to, like, this powder. this powder. And she goes, I think this is the right powder. Pretty sure this is the right powder. And then she's just gonna give it to you. Make sure that you're not holding that. And it's just like a whole whack of like little itty bitty balls. It's gunpowder and like itty bitty balls.
Which direction? Like, are these spiders surrounding us, or are they coming from like one solid direction?
They are surrounding you. While you're
Mm.
thinking about this, Migo, you will hear the warlock shoulder his weapon. He will top you on the shoulder, Clem. Probably not a good idea to fire the guns. If we start shooting and the pilgrims hear us, they'll hear our position. And pursue.
Wouldn't that be a good thing, considering the spiders might want less armored meals?
Didn't think about that. It could work. Pilgrims pursue us and those spiders go after them instead of us. That might not be a bad idea, but we still gotta get through those spiders. It's your call. Migo.
And he's gonna glance. He's not gonna look at Willow. He's gonna look over at Sin. Looking a little bit too long. Let's just take the safe route. And I'm just make sure nobody dies. I don't know if I lose money for losing the extra people.
As you approach Clem with the others, the spiders don't surround you, but they don't immediately attack yet. They stay out of your light source. And you do eventually regroup with the others. Migo.
What is the underbrush like around us? Like, I understand there's tall grass, but how is the dead shit in between that grass?
That is a great question, and there is a lot of it. If you start a fire in the underbrush, chances are it's going to spread, and very quickly.
That's good. That'll work.
It will also draw a lot of attention.
Jason,
That's
have a
not my
question?
problem.
All right, then. What do you do?
So those little balls that Willow offers, Migo is going to take those and quickly dump them directly into the incense burner. And with all the cracking and popping and the increased heat, Migo's going to start swinging his flail in a circle, causing a trail of fire. And I'm going to swing it down in a wide arc and start spreading the fire into the underbrush.
That is outstanding, and I love it. You will get a +6 to this roll. Roll that die. 1d20
Yeah.
plus 6.
12. Fucking shit.
It doesn't have the effect that you initially think, but it creates enough of a distraction that you have a brief window to run before you are attacked. I'm going to make a roll to see how many of you will get attacked as the fire starts to spread. While I'm rolling this, I want to know who among you is running and who is holding the rear.
Because Clems is a slower man, he will hold the rear.
Ego.
Well, okay, so hold on. Before we start hauling ass going in directions, realistically, the fire was to shove these spiders out of their hiding, just to flush them out. It's either that, or, which I clearly didn't roll high enough for, is cause them to retreat. So ideally, the whole point in setting the large swaths of fire in a crescent arc would be to force them out of their hiding spot and create a backfire, so that way the fire doesn't come back towards us.
That's
The
easy enough.
two separate lines will cancel each other out.
That you accomplished that easy enough, and you do see the spiders. There are currently 23 of them.
Oh, all right.
Now then, you will not scare them away with the fire alone, but because you did use the fire, some of them will feel compelled to rush you. So I will just ask, and I will only ask this one moment, who is running?
If Willow has
I-
seen a spider, she is going the opposite direction of said spider.
Sin, are you running or holding the rear?
Sin is chasing her sister. She is not allowing Willow to be by herself.
Savadicor, are you running or holding the rear with Clem and Migo?
I'm holding.
Val is running. Nikolaus is trying to run, but he is overloaded with most of the gear that he's being forced to carry. The Warlock will stay and hold the rear with you, but he is going to use his short sword rather than his assault rifle, as he doesn't believe in wasting ammunition on creatures like this. I am going to make... I rolled a 3. Migo, Clem, and the Warlock are going to get attacked first. I'm going to make a roll for each of them, and Migo, I'm going to ask you make a contested roll with a +6 because you are heavily armored. And I am going to give these spiders no mods. And I'm not even going to say that it hurts you because they rolled really shitty. Explain to me how this spider pretty much just tries to jump on you and tries to pinch your, use its pincers into your head armor. Explain to me how it fails miserably.
Oh, it's simple. As it tries to bear its fangs down into my helmet, because of the curvature, it just slides off, which is what plate mail was designed to do.
Wonderful. You are next. Roll me a, I'll call it a +2. I'll give you a +2 to this.
Me?
Yes, I am going to roll a
Sorry,
contested roll to see if you get bit. Beat 11.
Does the old man get bit? That's a bit. I'm asking a bit much. He's old. He's not into that shit anymore.
You have a
Wow.
minor injury.
Oh, fuck me!
One of the spiders leaps onto you, and it bites you. It hurts a lot. And it injects you with its venom.
Can I take this moment to retaliate? If I
I'll
describe
allow
it to you?
Go ahead.
So with that thing, imagine it's latched onto his arm.
It is.
He's gonna swing his big game gun with the other hand and get it up under the spider and plant the tip of the barrel against the thorax so he can pull the trigger and not only shoot it directly but have the body be the silencer for his weapon.
Very well. I'm not even going to make you roll for that one because I like how you described it. However, it's not long before you start to feel a burning sensation in your arm and you start to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Congratulations, you now have a serious injury of spider venom poisoning.
Oh, goddamn spiders. And then he's gonna like dry heave for a second.
I'm going to roll for the warlock. He's going to get a +4 because he has the Midas hand artifact infused, and that's a shitty roll. Will he get hit?
Oh my goodness, Jason's swearing. I don't know how I feel about that.
You should feel nervous.
I feel like I need to text your mom saying that you got a potty mouth.
Where's
The
the
war-
soap?
The warlock is trying to get his short sword into a position, but one of the spiders catches him off guard. It tries to bite him, but the Midas hand protects him just enough to stop it from injecting venom into it, but not enough to stop the minor blunt force trauma. He suffers a minor injury from a spider trying to bite him from blunt force trauma. He will get an attack to try and kill this spider. He gets a +4 because he is a beast. Spider is impaled as he jabs his short sword into the spider's thorax. We need to move now! As Warlock is motioning for the rest of you to go, as he is trying to help get the others out of there. Nigo, what are you doing?
That spider that jumped on to me, I'm going to take my shield and I'm going to wedge it up underneath the thorax. And I'm just going to kind of bring my flail up and over.
Roll me a 1d20 and I'll call it a +6 because I like how you described it.
25.
This spider is completely and utterly obliterated. Savaticore, you're holding up the rear too. What do you do?
Well, can I see any of them?
Yes, you can see all of them because of the fire that Migo started. There are now 20 of them.
All right. I guess I just want to slash out at one of them, the closest one. If possible, I want to try and hook one of my swords around its head.
Roll me a 1d20. I'll call it a +2. If you roll a 15 or higher, I will allow you to hook its head and take its head.
15? 14.
You don't exactly manage to extract his head, but there are now 19 of these spiders. Very important question. Are you guys going to continue to hold the rear, or are you going to try to run?
Migo don't run, baby. I'll tell you that now.
I guess Svatagor is in it for the long haul too.
Clem, you're in a bad ways. You know that if you take another hit, you will die.
Migo's gonna let the Saint run?
Saint is running.
Saint's going for safety. Migo's handling the problem.
Fair.
So, Clems has been around long enough to know when enough is enough. He's not this old and still going strong by being just straight up stupid all the time. So he gives Dog a low whistle just to summon him, and starts like limp running after Willow. Sin. Ladies! Oh, my knees! Oh, fuck. Fucking spiders! I knew I should have eradicated them from the goddamn territory, but I was like, oh no! They can't dig into my little foxholes. Fuck.
The Warlock will stay and hold his ground as well. Now I am going to make a roll for the spiders. I'm going to give them an ability of a swarm, where they will attack one of you that is holding the rear, and they will get a +6 because they will all converge on one of you at once. I'm going to roll to see who they go after. 1, it is Migo. 2 is Svatagor. 3, it's the Warlock. Interesting.
Wait, so are we all near each other? Because I was under the impression that, Clem was a little, across a field or something.
He got together with you guys before the fighting started. I did mention that earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, Ammo. Take notes.
I guess I just missed it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a good
thinking
question.
about mushrooms.
Yep, that is exactly it.
The spiders, interestingly enough, do not try to engage you. Instead, they're going around you and attempting to give chase to the ones who are running. They will catch up with the runners on the next turn. We'll start the order with Svatagor. What do you do?
Okay, so I noticed the spiders chasing after the people who are running, right?
Yes, you will notice them.
Yeah, I'm going to chase after them as well. The spiders are not interested in us.
I'll give you an opportunity to attack one of them.
Yeah. A +2 or +4?
+2.
That's only 11.
You managed to succeed in killing one of them. There are 18 spiders left.
Jeez. Yeah, but I am definitely running after the group that's running now.
Migo, what are you doing?
Migo is fucking any spider that tries to run past me in my kill range. I think the fuck not.
How do you try to stop them? The swarm?
Basically, whenever I see Svatagor start to take off, I am going to begin to plume smoke to my sides and create like a disorientating wall that the spiders would have to pass through, which, just so you know, they're still spiders. They breathe through their skin.
Very good point, and I love the idea. And because you're doing that, I will give you a +6 to this. If you roll the base difficulty to succeed in stopping a quarter of them is a 12. If you roll 15 through 17, you will stop half of them. 18 or higher, they will stop in their tracks.
24.
That describe to me how it goes
bud.
down. You
It
have
goes
to
down
tell
with
me
the
this
power
goes
of
down.
Jesus, bitch.
The power
So-
of Christ compels you.
With a semi-firm shove with the edge of my shield, I'm going to kind of like push the warlock back just enough behind me to where he's not going to get caught up in this. And I start to swing my flail widely from the left to the right. And almost like it's spouting water, I'm going to start casting this thick plume of smoke in a large line between the spiders and everybody else. And as they are, doing their little spidery thing of trying to get to the tasty morsels in the back, they start to cross through the smoke, thinking, "This ain't gonna do shit." And as they do, the incense hits them hard and fast, and they just become disorientated. And the first few get caught up in it, and they get stuck there. They're disorientating. They're biting randomly, maybe even biting each other. As they're tripping their fucking spider balls off. And the others are the ones behind them stop, and they're like, "Okay, well that's not safe to pass through." And what's the word? It's a spider traffic jam essentially. Because as they're swarming, they're not necessarily concerned. They're like, "We got numbers. This is fine," until the wall of dead and confused spiders becomes too much for them to safely pass through.
Outstanding. With that, the spiders are immediately disoriented. Some of them even go down in the fire. But one thing is for certain. They are no longer interested in giving pursuit, chasing what they thought would be easy prey. All of you manage to make a break back to the gas station, where you all are able to reconvene. What do you guys do?
Oh, we all managed to escape?
Yes, all of you.
Oh.
Clem, the warlock, Nikolaus, you have all escaped from the spiders and the pilgrims.
So is me and Willow no longer being chased as well?
Correct.
Willow, stop running! The spiders are not even chasing you!
The moment that she hears that, she's gonna start gasping for breath. I thought they were never gonna leave.
Now I feel insulted. You know what I can do.
Ladies, I could use some help here, young ladies.
Immediately as you approach the gas station, Clem, as you try to speak, you immediately feel the compulsion to vomit. You go?
Typically, spider venom does not cause nausea. It would cause more of a searing/burning pain and possibly twitching, along with discharge from the wound itself.
Fair enough.
Don't forget, these are also mute spiders.
And the body does tend to react by trying to detoxify itself by throwing up as well. So, in addition to the burning
Ladies, you're both
sensations,
smart.
in addition to the burning sensation, the body feels a compulsion to try to expel the foreign substance in your body by emptying your stomach.
The moment that I start hearing that familiar sound, Willow is going to turn around and go, "Oh my god," and just huff it to Clems. And she's immediately going to start looking over Clems entirely to see if he's got a bite wound or some degree, asking for details.
God damn. I hate spiders. And he just holds up his bleeding swollen, angry arm, while Dog looks on, immensely concerned.
Immediately I'm going into my little bag and I am seeing if whether or not I have any degree of anti-venom on me.
Did you declare in your notes that you had anything on you? If you did, I will call this an automatic success. If not, I will call this a roll of 1d20 plus 4 with a difficulty of 12.
I don't know where it would say, because of the fact that I gave up the idea of being able to fight at all and in general, that you told me that I could have herbs and medicines within my pouch, of whether or not it would count.
You will have that, and we did discuss that, but whether or not you have exactly what you need to treat a specific type of injury, I will still require a roll to see if you have the right ingredients to be able to make the antivenom on the spot. Because not only will you need the herbs, you'll need to know how to mix them and how to administer to treat it. But I will give you a plus 4 modifier to this roll.
Beautiful. 24. Natural 20.
Tell me how it goes down. You are obligated to spare no details.
Upon thinking about which spider that she may have seen, she's gonna take like a random guess as to which one that might be within the area. And then she's just gonna like dig furiously through her little satchel, and then you're just gonna like see like tons of leaves and tons of things come flying out of this pouch, which just seems really, really odd that how the hell does this pouch have this many herbs? And then she's finally gonna get to like 10 different ingredients that she's gonna like pile into one hand. She's like, I finally got it! And then she's gonna put it into the bowl where she would typically grind it, and then she's gonna go, I don't have time for this. And then she's just gonna grab all of these herbs and she's just gonna shove it into her mouth, start chewing it, and then once it becomes like this really weird paste, kind of chewing gum texture, she's just gonna like pull it out of her mouth, and wherever he has what looks like spider wounds, she is going to say, I am so sorry. This is going to burn. I'm sorry. And then she's just going to like cram it into the wound itself.
Son of a bitch! God, he's trying not to swear because he does have like some occasional old man morals. And he's both trying not to show that it hurts and trying not to swear in front of quote unquote ladies. Because he's just like, frick, crying out, will, gee, crap.
And then I'm going to offer a twig from the ground and just put it in his mouth and then keep going.
He's gonna bite down.
Wait on this! And then she's going to proceed to like
thumbs up with his other hand.
and then she's gonna like proceed to look him over with any other wounds, and then she's gonna probably come across that bruise that he had. And just
Excellent.
be like, I'm sure it's fine. And then just pull out some other herbs that would just be like pain relief. And then as long as there was no like indications that anyone was really paying attention, she'd just grab it and like remove the stick out of his mouth, shove it into his mouth, put the stick back in, and just tell him to swallow.
As you're doing this, Willow, Sin's gonna come up behind you. You know there's a spider on your back.
She's going to fucking flip shit. And as long as Clem isn't necessarily in front of me, I'm going to bulldoze or attempt to bulldoze anyone that is in front of me, screaming
Make a roll, a 1d4 on who it's going to be.
I was gonna say before she could even remotely bolt it, and it's just gonna grab her. Calm down. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, too late. Fuck you.
1d4, Willow.
2.
You shove a Savaticore.
Sorry.
Savaticore. You get shoved.
You're just gonna see like Willow being like, "Get off me! Get off me! Get off me!" as she goes by.
The rest of the night.
Very,
Go ahead. All right. The rest of the night passes, and everyone is going to be offered the opportunity to get a full night's rest. The next morning comes. Everyone is absolutely exhausted. Not only have you dealt with pilgrims, but also spiders at night after the old man was captured and somehow managed to escape. Val, Nikolaus, even the warlock have often opted to sleep inside of and around the gas station. But Tharion, you wake up earlier than the others. You are outside of the gas station as you are conducting your morning rituals, whichever they may be it taking a walk in the forest or inspecting the grounds. You hear a voice telepathically. You recognize who this man is. He is the man that took in Willow. He is also a mutant of significant renown. He has been in this region for even longer than you have. It is none other than the Caller. Tharion, does my heart well to hear that you are still alive. I had sensed your spectral lines have changed. You had been utilizing another ritual of nature, haven't you?
The green always pays a price whenever I use its gifts. This one was a bit more wholesome.
I trust that you had a very good reason for enacting that ritual. Tell me, what is your situation?
We had run into bandits of some kind, none like I had ever seen before. They were organized, almost militaristic.
It is as I feared. I trust that you have linked up with Willow and Sin.
Oh yes, they sleep now.
Very well. I have some news that is relevant to you and your grove. There is a corruption that is spreading across the forests in central Poland. Normally, I would have dismissed this as a disturbance within spectral lines reaching from outside of the Tier 1 zone of the rupture. But it is spreading at an alarming rate. There is no immediate corruption within those lines, so that indicates that there is something else more malevolent poisoning the forests. I bring this to your attention because I know that if it spreads, it will disrupt the grove. I only wish that there was more that I could do, but I must control corruption coming from further east as best as I can. There are things in motion that will soon affect all in the wastelands. And you and Willow Sin will have a significant part of it. If you wish to undertake a quest to deal with this corruption, you will find it, the center of it, to the northeast of the ruins of Kels, about 40 miles to the northeast of where you are now.
I have a question for you, if you have time to answer it.
Speak.
The group of raiders I encountered, who were they? I have not seen them in these parts before.
I do not know. From what I've been able to gather from using spectral powers, these men behave and wear the same symbology as the Vatican, but the Vatican do not utilize pre-war weaponry. These men do. They decorate themselves in very unusual ways. They seem to embrace certain elements of the Vatican, such as the self-mutilation and masochism, but they're organized. Something is happening in the Vatican territory. I do not know what, but it does not bode well for us and for all who utilize the powers that come from the rupture. I have taught you a long time ago that to use the powers of the rupture is no more than a tool. It is the heart of the user that matters. Do not fall prey to the whispers of the All-Seer, for he will whisper to you in your weakest moments. It is the very nature of those powers to conquer, to spread, and to take over. Only through temperance, only through significant self-discipline can you hope to stay in control as I have over the long centuries. Do you understand?
I understand well.
Now, I will leave you to it. Go now, and may you learn to control the urges. Telepathic link is cut. What do you do, Tharion?
On hearing that news, and that Sin and Willow will play some kind of significant role, I'm going to go back to the gas station, and if they're not already awake by the time I get back, I'm going to wake them up. Just the two of them.
Then, Willow, you are both awakened by Tharion. What do you do?
Oh, the guy that got
Sin.
himself shot. What do you want?
Sin and Willow. An old friend has reached out to me, and he has told me that we ought to play a vital role in the future. I have been alerted that my grove is being tampered with, corrupted. I offer you a choice. Come with me and help me save my grove, and maybe learn more of the parts the three of us must play. Or stay here and deal with these rogue bandits that I've learned have some connection to the Vatican. Of what I do not know, as they are not like any Vatican I have ever heard of or seen. What do you choose?
Then it's gonna look to Willow. We were put on a quest to take out, what were they called again? Pilgrims? By the collar.
Well, he had told us to take care of the pilgrims. And did he specify how you were being messed with?
I was told that some form of corruption is seeding into my grove, and that it is going to spread throughout the forest. Whether that corruption be the rupture itself or some other malevolent force, I do not know.
And yet, if the pilgrims take over, we're not going to have a forest at all.
And
We'll
I
burn it
offer
to
you,
ash.
and I offer you this rebuttal. What if this corruption is controlled by these pilgrims?
Can she, like, squint and see if she sees, like, any, of the weave?
You were using the ability that the collar taught you of sensing the spectral lines coming from the rupture.
Correct.
Roll me a 1d20, and I'll give you a +2 modifier. And because Tharion did mention the type of corruption, I will give you an extra modifier, so it'll be a +4. I am, however, going to raise the difficulty to this, so I'll call it. Okay.
Won't matter if I got a 6.
You
Congratulations,
no
the
idea.
difficulty was 2.
If only if it was that simple. You sense nothing in that general direction, and you don't sense there are any corrupted spectral lines outside of the tier 1 zone. It is very, very unusual for there to be any form of significant corruption within the spectral lines outside of it, because the rupture's influence is only so far, and you are outside of it. Now, that doesn't mean that mutants and other anomalies or abominations come out of that zone and into the outskirts where you are now. But you see nothing with your ability.
She's just gonna, like, tilt her head, like, I don't really see anything. And Sin's probably seen this 100 times with me trying to practice this art and not seeing anything.
Ben,
I don't see anything that would be wrong.
Ben, I'm giving you an option. You can try to sense it yourself, but be warned, I'm raising the difficulty of this higher. And if you fail, something will happen that will not be good for you. Do you want to make the attempt?
I can try and do the thing I did before and try and sense it.
Please
Difficulty.
be careful.
1d20 + 2, difficulty of 15. Sin.
10-4. 9.
Devil's bargain. Devil's bargain. You will see where the corruption is, but a mysterious event will happen that will have a negative effect on you. Option 2, you endure not one but 2 mental traumas. Choose fail, you find nothing. Make your choice.
Option 1.
You close your eyes. You have been taught this ability by the caller of sensing the spectral lines that come from the center of the rupture. With the rupture, it is not just a thing in this world, it is a hole in reality. According to the caller, something peered through that hole when whatever happened that caused the rupture happened. And the very thing that peers through that hole is the very thing that allows his influence to spread into our realm of existence, into the Imperial world. The problem is when you stare too long into it, it stares back. As you finally focus, strain yourself, you see the remains of what is an abandoned hospital that is covered in a prismatic colored ooze or pulsating gelatin substance. And it is spreading into the nearby trees and vegetation around it. What's very strange is this is outside the Tier 1 zone, which so you can rule out it being a distortional anomaly field. There's just, but whatever it is something that came from the Tier 1 zone and into the outskirts and is spreading. As you look and attempt to look closer, you start to feel yourself falling. You are falling into yourself. What you thought was the real world is now gone. Is this death? Is this what it is like to lose your soul? You couldn't know. You hear a voice that is resounding and dark. A pool in the vastness of infinity. The minuscule light amidst the darkness, too vast. What purpose is there to be found for one such as you? What do you say, Sin?
Can't you just leave my head?
What tragedy it is to exist amongst such empty vastness without purpose, without meaning. For it is the true cruelty of life to exist. Such is our burden, such is our purpose. To observe, to see, for I see your soul, I see your suffering, I see you. Before you realize what's going on, you see a massive shape, the size as if the moon was brought out of the sky and brought within a few feet, erupts right in front of you. You see a massive eye that is so powerful. Its gaze pierces right through your very soul. And suddenly all of your weaknesses, all of your insecurities, all of the thoughts of purpose melt away and become overbearing. You are beginning to believe its words, that you are insignificant before a vastness of the cosmos. You suffer a serious mental trauma. You awaken, and everyone else witnesses as Sin is collapsed on the ground. Sin, you have witnessed the eye of the rupture.
As she just collapses to the ground, you're just gonna hear her mumbling. She's gonna spout bits and pieces of what you said.
Sin. And she's just gonna start like shaking you.
And you're just gonna hear it. The eye in the sky has seen all, they shall see us then.
And that is where we will go ahead and leave off tonight's session.